Hi guys, as you can see, I have absolutely no makeup on my face, and there's a reason for it. I have thought of a few really good ideas for Mondays. So I'm thinking now all like makeup YouTube, like makeup tutorial, videos, we all do the how-tos. But everybody kind of does things differently because I was like, oh, I probably won't do those. But then I thought, well, I see so many different ways that people do it. It's probably a helpful thing if something that like you may have seen before doesn't work for you. So I'm going to kind of do some how-tos on Monday. Just like for today we're actually going to be doing like how to set your canvas, which is your concealer, your primer, like literally setting your palette, which is your face, because you have to think of, that's why like makeup artists are artists, and the face is the canvas just like any other artist. It's just that we use people's faces. So your face is, when you're applying makeup, that's your canvas that you're creating a painting on, basically, if you want to just put a word to it. So I want to show you how I do my prepping, priming, putting on foundation. If it takes 20 minutes for me to get through the video, it takes 20 minutes. But I want to show you how I get started and I do it. So let's begin. I also have, I'm going to do another video for like when I do my education. I want to show you guys how when you're watching a tutorial and you don't have like all the products that they're using, like if you're watching me and you don't have a product, how I use dupes. So after I get my canvas ready, I'm actually going to do a tutorial. I'm going to watch and do a tutorial, and I will show you after I'm done. I'll do a video to show you the look, and then I'll post a picture onto the blog if you guys want to go see the actual look. Well, actually, I could probably show it on my phone, so I'll probably do it that way so you can see the actual look and how it almost will look like it's the same stinking products, and what she used that I may not have had and what I used to create the same look but with a different, product. Alright, let's begin. So first I take, and you guys can clean your tools any way you want. This is how I like to do it. I kind of like to clean my tools when I'm like right when I know I'm not going to need it anymore. And these Kirkland, and I'm also going to do like a how-to on how I do my beauty routine, because I have really found great ways on how to keep my skin very like free from acne. Now you can see, I suffer from redness and I have freckles. I do have some skin issues. Sometimes it'll get super dry or super oily, and I'll show you guys what I do for those things. So I'm going to first grab one of these towelettes, which I thought I was the inventor of these, because way back when I was a teenager I used to use baby wipes, and I would take Neutrogena's like liquid eye remover and use the baby wipe to take off the eye makeup. But the Kirkland brand These, just to take off makeup, like if you're just at night and you want to take your makeup off, these things are freaking amazing. I thought I would never use one of like the actual facial little wipes. I never thought I would ever use those. But then when I tried these, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these things are amazing. They take literally, and you see how much makeup I put on. They take all of it off. You know, maybe the next morning when I like actually wash my face and do my actual routine, there might be like the tiniest bit of like mascara left over. So you guys know I make my own homemade makeup like brush cleaner. I take any kind of shampoo and conditioner is going to be fine. I have 2 big bottles of Dove that I got at Costco. So I just do like one to 2 squirts into here from both the shampoo bottle and the conditioner bottle. Then I add rubbing alcohol. I put shampoo, conditioner, rubbing alcohol. Is that it? And water? Yeah. And then just shake it all up. And that's, I mean, really, what's in here anyway? So I take one of these cloths because they already have makeup removing products in them, that by adding this and spraying it quite a bit, because also it helps like when you get makeup on your fingers, or like if you just in general you need to quickly have something wet to clean, and I usually stick it kind of away from where all my makeup is. And then what I do is I keep one from the, and you might think this is gross, but it technically does work for, because you need like a dry one when you're, if you need to like wipe off a eye brush. I mean, it's just got a little bit of leftover makeup on it, and you know, I just use it to, if you know, the next day to take off eyeshadow if I need to use that same brush, and then that day I throw it away and I will use this one for tomorrow, and so on and so forth. So I try to get, because I use about 3 of those towelettes a day. One in the morning after I've washed my face, you know, just in case there's anything left on the eyes or whatever. And then I use one for my brushes, and then I do it again at night. So that's why it's much more cost effective for us to get these, and I noticed that these work better than the stinking store brands. So normally for my lips, I have found there's all these products out there for lip treatments and blah-diddy-blue. Honestly, I believe Vaseline is the best lip treatment you're going to ever find for chapped lips. So, and make sure you exfoliate. If you have to do it every day, do it. There's a few ways to do it, and I'll end up showing you that. But I use a toothbrush. I just use my toothbrush. And I do it very softly, especially like right in here when you know you're going to get lipstick on, and you can get like really dry up in here, and you start to see where like there's skin and stuff, and that's like really gross. So you know, I try to softly, because you can really, I've done it where I've really hurt my lips, so I've had to learn how to do it really soft. I've already like moisturized and everything, but I forgot to put the Vaseline on, so I go to the next, what I think is the next best thing, which is the Burt's Beeswax lip balm, and I put it on before I do anything else, because I want it to kind of sit for a while. I'll probably end up putting more on because, you know, I'm going to be doing this and then doing the video afterwards, so I might need more. So this is the first step of prepping our face. And I really put a lot on, because it'll help with two, giving that glossy, you know, because it does start to dry. I would use Vaseline. I recommend using Vaseline. But by the time, because the lipstick's usually the last step, it'll make your lipstick, your lip liner, it'll make everything just like go on easier. It'll look better. So I definitely recommend Vaseline or the Burt's Bees, just because I haven't found anything out there that I think works better. So now I would prime my face. I actually already have primer on. There's a primer that I have in the bathroom that I keep with my moisturizers, because I have that, you know, I guess it's rosacea. I've never been diagnosed with it, but you can see the redness. And I put that on, and then I have the small, and then there's a reason why I get the small one, of the Smashbox Photo Finish color correcting, because I also use, and I've had people freak out over this, but I was taught, and it does work. This is Monistat chafing gel. This is literally this. This was 18 bucks for a small size. The full size primers are like $36. This is like $5, $5.99. And oh, it doesn't say I was gonna compare the ingredients. Oh, the ingredients are on the other side. I'll see if I can just do a little quick comparison to show you guys that it even says a pea-sized amount. So seed oil, let's see, let me look here. It's just showing the active ingredient. But basically, this is like a powder gel, and this is a powder gel. So they're basically the same thing. So what I do, and it's like, really, do you want to spend $36 or do you want to spend $5? Yeah, people might freak out at first when you tell them that you're putting, it's not like freaking yeast infection cream. It's for like when, you know, you're getting chafed from like your legs are rubbing together, that kind of thing. So like, it's totally fine to put on your face. A makeup artist taught me about it, so don't flip. So I put, because of the redness, and this stuff works better than the other stuff, so I put literally tiniest bit, because I'm going to mix it with this, and this will last you a while. And I just go and put like about, so we got about like that much, because I like to cover my neck and stuff too, because I put foundation down there. So then you just, like you would lotion, put it all over your face. And since I put the clear directly on top of the green, it just already mixes right in. And this helps too, like, primers are amazing. Because like, when I go to put my concealer on, it makes my concealer not, like, when I'm putting it on, it's like it goes on so smooth. So then I just kind of take the wet one and wipe my hand, and then I'll take the dry one and kind of dry my hand off. Now I'm going to take, and I haven't found, like, I know there's, I've seen like online what some other people use that are really good concealers, because I have a problem when, like, I get a palette, like Makeup Forever's little palettes that they have. Those are really good. But what ends up happening is my green, because I use it for the redness, and I have to put it like literally, you know, my forehead, my nose, both cheeks, and chin. This one runs out first. So then it's like, well, now I need another green tinted concealer. So I really need to look into what is the best for color correcting. So I'll take my middle finger and I'll rub it in there quite a bit, because I'm putting this all over, and I try to do part of the nose, you know, and over the eye. I mean, I really put it on there, but do you see like how it is, the difference between one side to the other? So, and just, you know, if you have to use a lot, use a lot, but as long as it's not making it cakey. That's the thing, and that's why the primer helps so much before you put your concealer on, because it makes it so much smoother. Because it does kind of, like if you don't put the primer on, it kind of shows your pores a little bit more, and I don't like that. So then I do like a little bit, and I'll like rub it on my chin, and then I'll grab a little bit more, and like, you know, because really like that on my forehead, it's kind of just right here on the top, so I don't like put too much. But if you look, I don't know if you can see, it does kind of, even with the primer, it'll, like, my pores kind of pop out a little bit. And then I just want to get my nose a little bit more, because it still is red. And like, it's fine to put over your eyes. So anybody who does like suffer from, you know, rosacea and all that sort of stuff, make sure you prime your face before you put any green concealer or anything on, because it does go on a lot easier. I mean, you can see where it's at and where it's not. You can see it's there and not up here. I don't need it up here. Oh, my ear all of a sudden just started itching like crazy. Ugh. So then it's like, what for my color, what's good for under my eyes? And a lot of people have, you know, some problems trying to figure that out. Now, if you have, you know, bags, I only really get them like in, like right in there. I do have a treatment for it, but I still need to put concealer. Now, people think you're supposed to put like a really lighter shade. Actually, it's better to put a little bit darker. So I'll either use this one or this one. Right now, I've been using this one. And it's better to just kind of pat it. Just right under the eye. And you can kind of go up into the, like, where your inner tear duct is. Like right here. But just pat it. And it's also good to have a liquid concealer for after you've applied your eye makeup, to kind of clean up under your eye. You guys have seen me do it. But for those of you, you know, if you haven't seen any of my videos, I just want to make sure, you know, I will show that step again. So, and that's basically, you know, how I apply my concealer. Now, like, yeah, you can see, I need to exfoliate. You can see where it's at, but once, like, I have my foundation and everything on, everything just goes together perfectly. That's why it's a palette. So now, there really isn't a perfect color. Everybody has gone through the, my foundation is too dark. are my foundations too light? It's almost impossible to find a foundation that's going to match your, literally your actual skin tone. So what I do now, I do mix, and the one I'm using, like the darker, because I do a really light one and I do a really dark one. I do have an olive tone, but I'm still very pale, and like from the rest of my body, I'm like ghost white. So yes, this summer I will be probably getting spray tan, because with this is the darker of the two, and it's pretty dark, but I make sure, you know, I blend it down. Sometimes you might notice, like this, I'll try to even put it back here. There'll be like a line right here, and it's like, I hate it. So that's why I want to get spray tan. But the coverage from the Cover FX foundations are amazing. Like, I have used so many foundations. This stuff is the best. And mixing, because this is a water based and then this is more matte, so mixing the two together, it's like heaven on earth. So I do this one first. I shake the crazy out of it because it's so thick, and I definitely put more of this, of the lighter color, on than I do the thick. So I'm going to show you how I literally I put a lot on, and like it's already coming out, so I just go boop, and I put it right underneath my chin, because I am going to be putting it down. So then I put a lot on. People who don't realize, it's like, because of, especially if it wasn't for the redness, I probably wouldn't put as much on. So that's why, you know, I really don't like the sun. I don't like to tan. I've always been that way. And it's good, because that means, you know, I'm less likely to get skin cancer. But, and then you can just wipe your finger off with the little wet, see, that's why it's like, I love those little towels. The little wet, the Kirkland makeup towel thingies. Ah! And then you can either take the dark one and put it like in other spots. Sometimes I do that, or sometimes I'll put it directly on top of what I just put on, so when I mix it, it's mixing it together as if it's one. So there are quite a few ways that you can do it, but I'm going to show you how the best way to do it. So you do need to shake this, because it is water based, and it's like, I can see that it's already starting to, she said that she didn't use it. It was either she didn't use it, or she used it once and then didn't like it, or something. She just didn't like it very much and then gave it to me. So I just put like the littlest bit, and I just put it either right on top or right next to where I put, you know, and I'm like, oops, that's my earring. I don't usually wear jewelry when I put on makeup, but for you guys I do. So I just literally take like the smallest bits, like mix it right in there, or I put it like right next to where the other one is. And the coverage of this stuff, it's like amazing. So sometimes I'll kind of, because like I want to make sure I get coverage everywhere, so I might put like a couple extra little dots. And yeah, I understand it is a bit too dark for me, but it's like when I go to buy another one, I almost really don't want to go lighter because I love the coverage of what this gives me. So there's a lot of different tools that you can use to apply foundations. I know a lot of people really love the beauty blenders, and I do have one. I don't know, I gotta use it again, because as of now, for the, like, I'm really partial to Stifel brushes. I've just found that, like, I blend better with them. Like, beauty blenders I think are better for, like, kind of like going over once you've applied, like, cheek products, like if it's like a cream blush and stuff like that, like blending after you're done. But maybe I'll try again. So I literally just kind of swirl, and then you can kind of, oh, see, not used to the earrings. So let me do it, this part with this mirror. And yes, you're gonna see it's very dark, but I go down as far as I can. And I kind of, even in the back, because it is so dark. But when I have my hair down, it doesn't really matter as much, because then you don't see the back of my neck. But, like, especially on camera, this, like, if you're going to be taking photos, this is a really great foundation. The Cover FX, oh my gosh, the coverage, because the coverage, it's just, it's so great. Like, it's perfect for pictures and camera. So I just, like, really, I mean, just, and then, like, I can stipple, but it's like I blend first and then I stipple, but I try to do it kind of quickly. So I'm confused because of the camera. Let's see if I can use this brush, or brush. Go over your eyes. I always go over my eyes, and like I can kind of like, that helps set your concealer that you put on, so you can kind of pat it over your eyes. And it also helps make your, if you're going to put on a primer for your, your eye primer, it acts as having like another eye primer. And like, I actually sit and do my nose. I don't just like barely go over the nose. No, I sit, and because I have that redness there, and there's really only so much I can do for it. I haven't been contouring my nose as much, which I really should, because I can't stand my nose. If there was anything on my face I would ever get plastic surgery on, it'd be my nose. My little sister always would make fun of it too, which doesn't help. Sorry, I'm just not used to doing it with these big old earrings on. But I like to be pretty for you guys. And I always noticed that a lot of people are, or maybe they just have robes on over their clothes, but like people getting their makeup done before they get dressed. When I had my headshots done, they, they did my makeup before I, did put on the clothing. And I ended up getting, because the foundation is insanely dark like this for photos, you know, it's for a professional. This was in Los Angeles, a professional headshot for headshots. Like, it was a studio, and you know, they put very dark makeup on you. You're like orange, and then you go and you put whatever clothes that they decide they want you in, because they make you change like 15 times to see, you know, what outfits they think are the best. And then if you have a lighter colored shirt, or even like I had a black jacket on, like a little black blazer, and it's like it has like foundation all over it. It didn't show in the headshots, of course, but you know, I don't understand why they do the whole like put it on before your clothes. I am not going to do that, because I don't want foundation covered clothing. Okay, so that's basically it. One last thing I do after I put my foundation on, I clean my brush. I mean, you can see it's taking off all the foundation I just used. And I really, like, I use one side for like foundations, and then the other side I kind of use for like eyeshadows and stuff. And sometimes, like, if the towel, like, say it's taking you a long time to do your makeup because you're doing like a really intense look, the towel might dry out a little bit, and you might have to spray it a little bit more. I mean, really sit and you know, you want to clean it, because you don't want to have a super dirty brush for the next day when you go to apply your makeup, because it actually ends up carrying bacteria. Same as, like, that's why you're not, you know, they say change your mascaras, you know, often, because they do end up getting germs and stuff. And then you want to shape it. Yes, it does end up like this the next day, but as you saw, I kind of just put it right back to where it's supposed to be. Put the cover on it. Now, I'm done with the foundation, but something I like to do, which I've seen other people, I haven't seen anybody else do this. I put my primer on before I put any blush. I always do my face, like blushes and contouring and highlighting. I always do that before I do my eyes. I want my primer, my eye primer, to be completely dry. Unless it's a base, then, like, I'll already have a primer on under the base so that I don't get any creasing. And then, like with the NYX jumbo pencils you see me use, yeah, I'll put that on and then put shadow on right after. Sorry, I can't talk today. It's Monday. I'm really tired too. So, like, this is one of the primer. It's Urban Decay Primer Potion, which is like the best. These and the Painterly paint pots. But I'm gonna have to get a new like big tube. So you don't need much. I just kind of, you know, and then, because I consider this as part of my, it's a primer, so I'm priming my palette still. It's the last part. So then I put it, sometimes a little bit might get to like underneath here, no big deal, just, you know, rub it in. Even if it gets on your eyebrow, no big deal, because you're going to do, like, next I would do my eyebrows, but I'm going to leave that for next week, so I can show you guys how to shape and all that. Because you guys can obviously see that I went with having no makeup on my eyebrows and how you guys usually see my eyebrows, they're much different. They're a lot shorter. One does, like, this one kind of has the arch going on. It's kind of short, so I do kind of make it a little longer. And then, like, this one is a little bit more rounded, but I am trying to create the same shape. But if I take off really any more, it will be bald. So I'm kind of going a little bit longer between when I pluck. So that's it. We're done. I know that took like 35 minutes, but you want to have a perfectly primed and prepped. And do you see any lines? Heck no, you don't. And if you were to look at the back of me, you probably wouldn't either. The only thing, like, I've been using the Jergens, where it's like, and I know it works because I've seen it on my hand. It's where it slowly kind of darkens your skin. It is working. I definitely can see my arms are darker, and I haven't been out in the sun. I rarely even leave the house. So if you don't want to like do spray tans and stuff, I suggest kind of doing that instead. The Jergens, I'll have to get the bottle and show you guys. But I'm on like the lightest right now, and then when I run out of that, I'll go to the medium, and then I run out of that, I'll go to the darkest. But I do want to get spray tan, mostly my legs, because they're like the whitest, and then maybe like, because I don't wear two pieces. I had a cesarean. I'm still trying to lose that weight. I have a lot of medical issues, so it makes it hard to lose weight. But I'll spray tan what I feel like spraying tan. All right. So I mean, look at the coverage from compared to where I started. It's gorgeous. So now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do that makeup tutorial, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how Marlena's looks, and then compare it to mine, because I know I don't have every single product that she used. I do have dupes, and I'll show you how it really doesn't look all that much different. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm getting like, thank you to all of my new followers on Tumblr. You have no idea how much I just cherish all of you. Thank you everybody for watching. I've got lots of viewers, and I'm loving all of you. Please subscribe. And just, you know, I really enjoy doing this. So I know my videos are long, but I think it's worth it. So thank you, and I'll be back in a little while to show you the look that I do today, because I still think that I want to learn more and more. And there's a trick that she uses that you've seen me do before that I didn't even know would work. So I'll show you when you see me. Alright guys,